It's been over a week since I've posted a video on this channel about the Go Battle League. And on top of that, I took the week off, joined the Little Cup and Master League rotation, and now I'm back. And I feel like I don't know how to play this game at all. Yeah, I actually dropped 250 elo, maybe even 300 elo, honestly. I was trying out some different teams in the Halloween Cup, trying my best to make Crocodile work, and I was running Snarl on Crocodile originally. This is not the team, but I was looking at PV Poke, and then it was like, maybe run Mud Slap, and I'm like, okay, let me try that. And no, it's not. It's just too frail. It's not possible. But yeah, I'm playing some Remix Cup here to try to climb a bit, because I felt like there's a little more wiggle room to be spicy here in the Great League Remix. And even though I've been playing a tad more serious this season, I don't know, honestly, the state of the game feels kind of crazy. I don't want to complain about lag. I feel like it's easy to blame lag for what's going on. Realistically, a lot of these matches I'm losing are actually my fault. Whether it be, just not counting properly, or kind of switching to the wrong Pokemon, or just shielding improperly, which is, part of the game. But yeah, I've been really stagnated. And regardless, this team I'm running here, I'm using Shadow Beedrill. I saw Jamie Finn post a team with Shadow Beedrill earlier this week, and I just wanted to try it out in the Remix Cup. And yeah, these are some of the battles. I decided to put it in PV Poke and see what would be good teammates to put with my Beedrill. I ended up bringing Shadow Swampert instead of Shadow Witchcast, which I think is what Jamie Finn used in his video. And I think Jamie Finn actually used Shadow Sableye also. But I ended up using Lickitung here as a safe swap. And I guess through playing this team, I feel like it is kind of, honestly, this format, especially where I'm at elo wise, I feel like the variety of picks are all over the place. I mean, there was a set I did where I faced literally 5 Drifblim leads in that set, and that was just a nightmare. I mean, I actually won some of them. I didn't put any of those battles in here because it was just a bad set. I was frantically trying to flip the matches. Honestly, if you're more interested in seeing some of my struggles, I did try this in the past where I posted a video where I actually did a 0-5 set, and I tried to talk about what I could have done different, but that video never did good. So I don't know, I always thought oh, people love this authentic video of me showcasing my losses and talking about it. But yeah, I didn't do good at all. I don't know if it's just not a searchable video. But I mean, if you're watching this and that's something you're interested in, I mean, I'm totally down to talk about my losses. I mean, you see some crazy battles, but I mean, for the most part, this team has felt not consistent, if I'm being honest. I showcase these battles here, me trying to gain some of my elo back, but I mean, it's what, Friday? And I actually did play sets on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I didn't play my sets today yet. And honestly, it's just been really hard to get any footing, figure out what I want to be running. I feel like because I've been taking breaks, and also in the Great League, I've been avoiding playing Clodsire. I mean, I know I made a video on Clodsire, but I feel like because the meta is so new and there's a lot of dominant forces, it's probably good to either directly play those Pokemon or counter them. I mean, excuse me. I'm speaking more about the Halloween Cup because I feel like based on my Remix experience, there's a lot more variety. I've been seeing Altaria teams, which I haven't seen in forever. I even see teams that used to be meta back in the day, like Metacham, Registeel, which is cool, to see them back, but not as oppressive as they once were. I mean, Registeel's still good. It's just that there's a lot of ground in the Remix Cup. Bastiodon, excuse me. I haven't seen a lot of Bastiodon, but you'll see there's a couple sets in this that have Bastiodon. But yeah, Beedrill, I thought, you know, it's kind of a cool Pokemon because even though it's kind of frail, being a shadow and a bug type, it actually has a lot more bulk than you'd think for the Great League. And as you saw here, I actually stay in and try to throw that drill run. I do that a lot with Beedrill, where instead of instantly switching out, you have a favorable matchup in the lead. I tend to want to like threaten the shield advantage and then switch in the appropriate counter. It's not always worth it. In some scenarios, it actually can cost the battle if I take too much damage or commit shield on Beedrill too early in the match when I didn't really necessarily need to. But yeah, definitely got kind of lucky with a lot of these battles too. I mean, everyone is so good at this game these days. It's like, it's honestly really difficult to climb when you're like trying some different variety out and then you just get punished tremendously. Because I feel like a lot of my losses, or even like some of my sets that turn into 2-3s or 1-4s or even 0-5s, they are a lot of times me just trying to get comfortable with how I'm gonna like drive a certain Pokemon in the format. And again, I decided to make this video just to kind of touch base with everyone and let you know that I am still interested in trying to push for Legend this season. If I'm being honest though, it does get kind of discouraging when in one day I can lose almost like what feels like a couple weeks worth of progress. I mean, granted, it's like I should take a break if I feel like I'm losing sets, but what ends up happening when I'm getting these tremendous drops in ELO is that it doesn't actually start off that bad, but then say I get like a 3-2 set, and then it's like, oh, that could have been a 4-1 set because maybe I made a misplay in a match. So then I play again, and then I'll get like a 2-3 set. Then I'll be thinking, oh, I actually should have had a 3-2 set. And the way I always analyze this type of matchup in my brain, because I'm viewing battles in groups of 5, I tend to think of the odds like if I got 2-3 or 3-2 and I only lost a battle or two, maybe due to my own mistakes, maybe this is a team worth pursuing. And that's usually my mentality of sticking with a team, is that I will try to use it until it just keeps crushing me into the ground. And between jumping between the Halloween Cup and this, I actually was just so stubborn. I was convinced I could have made Crocodile work, but to be honest, no one's been talking. Like, sometimes there's like Pokemon that I'm like, oh, no one has this, no one's using this, I bet you it's a secret weapon. No one, and like Crocodile is one that you kind of need, I think, a level 15 Sandile to even get the Crocodile for Great League, which I was fortunate enough to trade with RC Cola, one of my friends down here in SoCal. But yeah, I've never really been in this, it hits hard like a truck, but it's just so frail that it really can't do much unless it's in a situation where it's resisting the fast attacks, which honestly is too situational to make it a good pick. But yeah, I was so stubborn. I think all of my ELO drops were purely because I was so stubborn in thinking that I could wield the Crocodile in a way that can make it feel like I can make a video worth showcasing it. But yeah, I ended up just crushing my ELO, and then I didn't know what to do, and then I kind of like dropped a little bit trying to figure out a team in Great League Remix here. And if I'm being honest, I don't even know if I want to keep running this team. Like, I think there's elements to this that are really good, but after I faced the team of 5 Drifblim leads in a row, I don't know what's going on in this game. I mean, I feel like maybe I'm reading this wrong and I should try something different. There's a lot of scenarios where Beedrill is actually really good in the lead, but I don't know. I saw a team from King GBL where he was leading a lone Ninetales, and I actually thought about doing that because it feels like a lone Ninetales could actually be relatively oppressive as a lead, since there aren't a lot of Bastiodons because there's so much ground in this format. But I feel like if you're good at reading the trends and kind of taking a good guess on where things might lie in the meta, running Bastiodon is actually super smart in this format. I feel like this person who I'm facing probably faced a lot of Drifblim leads also. And that's why they led ops again. But crazy enough, they don't even shield the X-Scissor and just completely removes it. I don't know if they thought I was running Fell Stinger or if they didn't think it would do that much damage, but yeah, Bug into a Dark type, you're not going to really want to take that. Especially when you're Ops Lagoon, you can't really take damage. But yeah, that put me in a pretty good scenario here where I'm really not too afraid of what's coming in the back. I mean, they have this Lantern, which, you know, could... Actually, I don't think it can really do anything. Even, like, it's like they're going to shield regardless at this point. They don't know what I have in the back. And then by the time I reveal it, they've already commit a shield. And even if they don't shield these Hydros, I have 2 shields. I can afford to even take a Surf. Looking really good for me here. Also, if you're watching this video, please hit that like button. It does help my content out a lot here on YouTube. Yeah, and let me know, honestly, like, if you have any suggestions for a team that you want to see me try out, maybe I could try to do something like that, because honestly, I feel like lately when I've been playing, like Psychic Cup, I did so good. I got the Veteran really fast this season. Then I like stagnated, and then I played Sunshine Cup. That's what it was, right? Sunshine? And that was also pretty good. I was climbing up to 2600, almost 2700. Then these cups come and I take breaks, and honestly I feel like what I'm trying to say is I feel like I'm not playing as much during the formats that I'm actually climbing in, because I didn't play all my sets for Psychic Cup. I definitely didn't play all my cups for Sunshine either. And I feel like in the past I used to play all my sets every day no matter what. And like even if I had drastic drops in elo, because I was playing more, it didn't really matter, because this game's always about the 4-1 sets or the 5-0s. I mean, in one sitting, if you have enough luck and skill and good matchups, you can just climb tremendously. So even though I've dropped so much, it is discouraging. It's like, obviously, like, it's super discouraging. I mean, I'm not gonna act like it doesn't like make me want to stop playing, because it does. But at the same time, I also, like, if I'm being honest, even though my goal is to hit Legend this season, after like not hitting it for so many seasons and not really trying to, I think I honestly don't really care much about hitting Legend in this game at this point. Like, I definitely enjoy playing, but when it gets to the point where I'm actually just frustrated with the game and all I really want to do is complain about it, excuse me, I'm like, I have like a lot of sinuses or allergies, and my nose is like crazy right now. I'm trying really hard. It's like running. I'm trying really hard not to just like sniffle. But yeah, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, it's fun to play, but I also don't want to be forcing myself to play this game, because I don't feel like the minute like I start losing and I'm like, oh, I need to gain that back, and then I'll keep dropping, it just makes me feel like not good about the situation. And I don't want to be like forcing myself to make YouTube videos, because I really never once in the entirety of this channel have I ever felt obligated to put out videos. I mean, there was a point where I felt obligated to hit Legend when I would like hit it frequently. I don't know why I felt like I needed to be. I think it was more of like a personal goal, and yeah, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, after like, ironically, I feel like my YouTube channel has done better since I have stopped caring about hitting Legend in the game, if that makes sense. I mean, I've always been pretty big an advocate of spice, and also like vocal about the, I guess, practices of Niantic that I don't find favorable to the consumer. But like, yeah, it's like I still play the game, and it's like, what about this? I always like try to wonder this too. Like, it's not like I really make any crazy money making content. I don't at all. Like, you know, like nothing to justify torture. Like, I don't know. I've been and like, think about like the ceiling, the scale of like a creator who makes content for Pokemon Go. Like, is it really like a life-changing thing that you could pursue realistically? No, it's like, I just generally like aspects of the game still, regardless of how far it's come from I don't know. It's not like worse necessarily now than it was in the past. It's just like they just had the Halloween update in the game, and I guess people are getting kicked out of the app frequently. And, you know, we'd like to assume it's just some type of visual update in the game. But I don't know, I just find it pretty interesting that a company that has so much money constantly drops the ball. I saw actually a video by Pro Plant, he's an Australian content creator, and he was talking about how, I guess they were doing like a beta test of like changing where the location of where you caught Pokemon from. And you know, people who make content for Pokemon Go, it's like the one game and one type of content that people are just giving up an aspect of their privacy willingly. You know, when you're out and about grinding, like even if you're not in your hometown, or you know, people don't know where you exactly live, they have a general idea where in the world you are located. And that can be pretty scary. I mean, I've never personally been too afraid of it. I mean, I'm sure something unfavorable could happen to someone in this scenario, but point being is, I guess they were trying to change from, you know, when you look at your Pokemon, they have that data at the bottom, like how you caught it, where you caught it. I guess they were changing it to put it like right above, like right as you click on a Pokemon, it's like at the top. And that just feels bad. Like knowing that there's a bunch of people out there making content who deliberately hide their location. I don't know if that's like them trying to catch spoofers potentially, like maybe that's what their thought process of doing that type of interface changes, but it doesn't look good at all in my opinion. I feel like it's clunky the way it looks visually, and also it just feels like unnecessary information for us to have as someone who's actively playing the game. You know, why would I want to scroll past that every time just to power up or change moves or something? It just, I mean, granted, you already have to scroll to do some of this stuff, but yeah, it just feels like Niantic constantly makes bad decisions. It's actually crazy. And it's so funny to me. Like, you know, it's easy to go on Twitter and get likes and just crap on this game. But like, I remember back in the day, I've always disliked the avatars in Pokemon Go. Granted, the ones in the past are probably better now, but I've always felt the animations, the poses are lifeless, not, you know, shows lack of understanding of human anatomy and just like bad rigs, I assume, you know. Like I've always disliked it because it's something about it just feels uncanny. Like I know they're not supposed to be real, right? But like when I look at like animation, it doesn't have to look real for it to feel real. You know, like good cartoons can convey things that are just life. You know, all animators reference life drawings. They go to life session drawings to draw. You have to be able to draw weight. If you could draw someone leaning on a stick and you can actually look at that picture and feel that weight that they're putting on the stick and where the pressure is, that's amazing. That's an amazing skill to have. And that's all animation really is a bunch of those type of drawings in succession. And when it comes to 3D art, you kind of have to like you don't have to redraw every frame, but you have to kind of take a little bit extra care. It's like puppeteering. So if you don't know, I actually moved out to Los Angeles 8 years ago for stop motion animation. So my whole like opinion on animation is purely based on like going to school for it. And granted, I'm not someone that like I don't even care about graphics in video games. I'm not like the type of person that like criticizes a game because they have bad graphics. But like seeing how they continuously put out these like uncanny poses and like weird like they put out some like ad for the Safari event and like it just looks scary, yo. like I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like the little like childlike faces on the trainers and like they're like lifeless emotions on the face, it just like, and like the lack of physics, I don't know, it just like it just feels weird. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on the avatars. Like I'm not gonna sit here and like, I'm not like personally, I don't care. Like at this point in the game, look how well my character is dressed. Like if you don't know, my character is dressed like crazy because that's what my daughter put my clothes as. I didn't. She changed it like a couple months ago, and I've just kept it the same. I don't know. I just don't have the heart to change it. Like she just makes me look so ridiculous. But yeah. Oh yeah, in that battle, I think I maybe could have had a better chance if I safe swapped in Swampert there, but I don't know. I kind of like felt like in a lot of these matches that I've had, safe switching to Swampert actually cost me the match more than helped out. I mean, Lickitung traditionally is a pretty decent safe swap. It does a great job of like being a neutral matchup, and at times kind of has benefits against things that it can't normally hit well being a normal type, because it has Lick as a fast attack. So yeah, just wanted to update you that I have gotten my butt handed to me this past week trying to get my footing in the new formats that are here with the move update, and yeah, I haven't had the best luck. I mean, it's a mixture of luck and skill, and also just kind of like being a little stubborn about the teams I'm running. I mean, I guess like ultimately I'm in a different position too, because like, let's be real, like no one cares if anyone hits legend in this game. Like, and if you do, like, you're the anomaly. Holy smokes, my nose is crazy right now. What I mean to say by that is like, as long as we're all having fun playing the game and we're not getting frustrated and talking crap on each other and being mean about things, like who really cares? Like that, I like the community that I hang out with occasionally around here. I still enjoy the game. Still like shooting the shit about Pokemon Go. But I will admit, like, as the season has gone on, I've been feeling less inclined to play daily. I've just been so busy too with things. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I shared on my community tab actually the other day. I actually released a cover song of Lavender Town. I did a hardcore punk. I mean, I guess it's like punk. I don't know if it's like hardcore. It's like heavier punk. But I did like a punk cover of Lavender Town. If you want to check it out, you should be able to see it here on my channel in the community tab. But yeah, I actually been like very focused on releasing music. I'm already like over 75% done on my second album, which is insane. And yeah, it's just been so fun getting back into music theory, like stepping up my composition skills, learning how to mix music, which has been super fun, because I've always been really into like experimenting in weird like things in general, like audio, music, whatever, visual, and like being able to kind of like do things how I want to, you know, breaking rules, not really caring about like the highest quality, or even using that as like a element of like a vibe for a song. It's been super fun. I mean, I've actually been churning out songs. Like a lot of the songs I've been working on for years on guitar and lyrics, I'm just kind of like adding bass, writing like horn parts, drum parts, etc. But I've also just been like making stuff up out of like, you know, just like my girlfriend bought me this for my birthday recently, and it's pretty much just like a MIDI controller. It's a really nice one, but I can use that to like mess around and program synth, drums, like do a little bit more than just like point and click on my computer, which is nice, and get more of like a organic feel, because I've always been like, even though I know music theory, the way I write music typically is feel. Like I'm always like the type of person, I'm not like writing chords thing. Like sometimes like when I'm learning new chords, like I'll try to incorporate it and try to build something off of it, but for the most part I just play stuff and then I figure it out later, like what are these notes I'm playing. I mean, granted, I'm getting to a point where my knowledge of the fretboard and such is a lot different than it was when I was first starting out on guitar. But yeah, for the most part, just kind of like breaking it down after the fact. Anytime I try to like write parts on top of another instrument, that's when I bring in the music theory element. But yeah, I just got on a little tangent there about music, but I love music so much. You should definitely check out my first album. It's on my channel as well, where my Lavender Town cover is. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. Good morning, evening, afternoon for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one. And if you'd like to watch more Go Battle League content from me, consider watching this video right here or this video right here.